The Bondsman is a new show on Prime starring Kevin Bacon, and it's about a resurrected bounty hunter who gets a second chance at life, and he's tasked with bringing back demons, essentially, who have skipped out of hell. And I've seen the first episode. I think you said you saw the first two episodes. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so, just looking at the first episode or so, what were your first impressions?
Fast paced. They don't they don't spend a lot of time building, a lot of background or this, that, or the other. It's definitely a quick and fun story time. You don't have to, from what I've seen, you don't really need to do a lot of thinking. You just sit down and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's kind of similar impressions I got. I was hooked pretty immediately. I mean, right off the bat, there's some things that occur that are like, oh, damn. I mean, having read the description of the show, I kind of knew that was okay. But my wife, when she was watching it, was like, "What? What just happened?" Like, because it's in the first 3 minutes of the show or whatever. Some stuff goes down. As I was watching it, it really reminded me of it seems to be a mashup of like R.I.P.D and Ash versus Evil Dead. Did you watch R.I.P.D, the Rest in Peace Department? Do you recall that?
I think that had Jeff Bridges in it.
Yeah, yeah. And you're
Yeah,
obviously familiar
yeah.
with Ash versus Evil Dead. So to me, it was like this combo of like you've got this essential cop or whatever who comes back to life and is tasked with collecting the demons, and that's where like the Ash versus Evil Dead comes in because it's the whole devil demon aspect, but it's a lot of gratuitous violence as well, which I appreciated. I mean, I was hooked. I thought it was pretty comedic. The story premise is it's interesting. It's at least something a little bit different than what's been coming out. I mean, it's been done before in certain respects, but it is, I don't know, a bit refreshing. And I haven't seen Kevin Bacon in anything in a while, so I was actually excited to see him too.
Interestingly, the last thing I saw Kevin Bacon in was that leave the world alone, or the apocalyptic movie where the ship is heading toward the shore and everything breaks down. And I think the coolest part of that particular movie was the fact that they had Ethan Hawke in it as well. And I can never tell him and Ethan Hawke apart.
Oh man, I don't know what which movie you're talking about. I don't know if I've seen
Can't
that one.
remember the title of it. It's a apocalyptic movie.
Okay. So
And
like Into the World type movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are we
Yeah.
avoiding spoilers?
All right. Well, if you, we could, but if you're, I mean, is there anything else you wanted to say before getting into any spoilers?
Well, no,
Or
not really. I mean, what I was going to do was comment on some particulars in the show, and they're spoilers.
okay, well, you've been warned. If you don't want any spoils from the show, end it now and go check it out. Otherwise, here we go. So go for it.
I was, and I'm sure this is the part where other people are exclaiming, "What happened?" I was surprised at just how quickly and brutally his character was killed. Just like
Yeah,
right
that was a
off,
big
man.
thing. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was great. I thought that was a good hook. Like immediately, okay, here's the star of your show, and he's dead.
Yeah. That was pretty brutal. I thought the aftermath when he first came back and he hadn't healed up any. I thought the makeup and whatnot there was quite good.
I thought they did that well. I appreciated that his voice, right, wasn't really his voice so much because the larynx and stuff's all slit, so he can't really talk that well. The smoke coming out of it. Now, before you watched it and saw him die, had you read what the show was about?
No.
Okay, so it probably was a much bigger surprise to you. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I had already read what the show was about, knew that he came back to life. So to me, it was like, oh, this was really cool, but it makes sense for the plot line. Whereas, my wife, when she was watching it with me, didn't know the plot line. So to her, it was a big surprise, as it sounds like it was for you. And yeah, so were there any characters so far that stood out for you? I mean, we haven't really been introduced to a whole lot so
Mm,
far in the first episode. I mean, you get the main
yeah,
character,
not
Kevin
really.
Bacon, and his mom, and a couple of ancillary characters, but that's kind of about it.
Uh, as far as character goes, I like the poor guy that got stuck in the trunk. I thought he was funny.
Yeah,
Um,
he was. Yes,
the only other. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying. I think they do a really good job pairing the comedic relief with the brutality. Again, I think it just seems to be a really fun show with plenty of action, plenty of gore, and plenty of comedy.
I really like the use of the bees. When he first started taking that grate off, I thought he was planning on crawling through it. And I'm like, well, that's not real bright. I mean, they're just going to shoot you as you come crawling through. And then he took out the bees, and I thought, all right, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked Lucky Callahan, the new boyfriend or whatever to Hub, who is Kevin Bacon's character. Lucky Callahan. I like his character. Well, I like the actor, Damon Harriman. He was in Justified, and he played like this. I don't know, a bit of an imbecile, but he was a comedic relief for the show to an extent, and I liked him a lot in Justified, and I haven't seen him in a whole lot, so I was happy to see him in this as well, and I liked him, and I kept calling it with the pot of gold playing in the background all the time, like the voicemails and all that. I'm like, you need to take your instructions, man. You need to take your instructions. And then that's where the show kind of ended, I think, where yeah, it was a representative from hell, his parole officer essentially. And it's like, they've been trying to get in contact with him forever now, but he's never answering his phone, never answering anything really. So it ends with yeah, his parole officer basically letting him know what's going on. I also appreciate that it would appear that everybody in his sphere is going to know that he's dead and he's back and this is his job. I don't I don't normally like shows or movies when they always try and hide it. Like, you have this like if it were Superman and he's hiding it from Lois, for example, his powers or something. It's like just tell them, man. Like it makes life a lot easier. And so it would appear that at least so far I know his wife knows that he died. He did get his throat slit. He had tried telling that to his wife, but obviously he had healed up from that and but I think in the later episodes they're going to find out at least based on the ending of the first episode. So I appreciate that aspect too.
One little detail that caught my attention and I liked simply because I saw it and it irritated me. Um, Lucky Callahan walking around in his white cowboy hat. I just thought that looked stupid as hell. And then Kevin Bacon commented on it. He's like, "Will somebody tell him we don't wear cowboy hats in North Georgia?" And yeah, I
Okay,
like that.
North
I
Georgia,
appreciate it.
that's where they're at. I'm glad you caught that. I did not catch where they were. I could tell it was somewhere southern, but I wasn't entirely sure. So, okay, they're in Georgia. And yeah, I think that's good. I might have to rewatch just for that scene because I didn't pick that up, but yeah, I think that's a whole part of Lucky's character. He's a bit of an idiot. Well, what will you say without spoiling the second episode because I haven't seen it and I don't want to be spoiled? Where does it go anywhere else? Is there anything expanded on, or is it more of an episode of just him doing his thing?
Just him doing his thing.
Okay,
That's what I'm
so it
saying. There's
keeps up
not
with
a
the same
lot of
fast
thought that
pace.
needs to go into this one.
Good.
Yeah,
Good. That's actually I appreciate that.
I was surprised at how quickly the episode ran. I mean, it was like,
Yeah.
you know, these are short stories.
Yeah, they really were. I don't know how long what was the runtime? I felt like it was 45 minutes or so, but maybe it was only 30. I don't know. It's yeah, 30-minute. Okay, it's 30-minute runtime. I was gonna say it went by really quick. So not only is it only 30-minute episodes, but like we've said, it's pretty fast paced too, which I appreciate because it keeps me engaged. A lot of stuff lately. As soon as I pick up my phone during the show or something, I know I'm probably kind of checked out. So this one I have not had that problem with. I think it's at least so far, one episode in, I think it's worth the watch. So until next time, we'll catch you on the next review.